So we're going to be starting up a new series today, and I can thank one of my subscribers and moderators, Mo, to give me this idea. So he wanted me to start up these kind of versus battles. 1v1, 1v1v1, 2v2, stuff like that. And so I figured the best way to do that was to start it out with some of the biggest hitters out there. So we're going to be doing the blue battle today, where we're going to be taking Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum versus YSL Eau de Parfum versus Sauvage Eau de Parfum, which is going to be kind of like the battle of the blue versatility. Which one's better? Which one lasts longer? How do they smell? Which one should you buy? What age group are they good for? So that's what we're going to be starting out this series probably once a week or every other week. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the versus battles. Prepare for battle. So again, if you have any ideas for any fragrances that you want me to do a versus, I did kind of start it out last week with Xerjoff Uden versus Uden Overdose. But with that said, we're technically starting it out today because it's going to be called my versus battles, where I'm going to be doing Bleu De Chanel today versus YSL Eau de Parfum versus Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Which one do I like better? It's the battle of the Eau de Parfums, the battle of the big blue lines, because there are the three blues. And everybody always knows about YSL Dior Sauvage, and Bleu De Chanel. Those are always going to be the big three. And we're going to see of those, usually the Eau de Parfums are the biggest versatility and the most popular, but I would say out of the Sauvage, I would say probably the Eau de Toilette's the most popular. With that said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, all that good shit, so we can get straight into it. Starting with YSL Eau de Parfum. I got my name engraved in this bottle. This is one of the first fragrances I had in my collection from any of these houses. I started out with YSL EDP. That was my big guy. I didn't own a Chanel until about 2 years ago because I didn't really like them that much. And I still don't like Sauvages that much, to be honest with you. But of all the YSLs, this one, out of the YSL Ys, this one is the one that is talked about the most as the most popular. I like this the least of any of them. Not because of the smell. I think the smell is up there, grade A. I still think the L'Homme Parfum is my favorite scent from the line, and my most worn is the EDT because it's the easiest to wear in any situation. I like the smell of this a lot. It's just it gives me a headache. There's an apple note in it, because if you guys don't know, this is going to be that apple and ginger that you get with the juniper and the aromatics, the clary sage, the geranium that you get from this line, from the opening through the dry down, and then you get a little bit of this amber wood, provides a little bit of depth, a little bit of sweetness that you get. But this one is by far the sweetest one in the line. Even though we have the kind of bubblegum sweet version of the YSL Live, this one, it's the apple. The apple in this is so dense and so heavy that it gives me a headache, and I can't get through the first half hour. Once it starts to settle, I'm fine with it. But with that said, I'm going to be looking at this from an unbiased perspective. As far as the smell is concerned, everything like that. The YSL line, this, as far as mass appeal, women absolutely love it. I know my wife even loves it. That's why I have a bottle with my initials on it, because my wife loves it, and so I still have to tough it out. Even though it gives me a headache, I'll underspray it. So if things do give you a headache, like for me, this Stronger With You Intensely, I just do an underspray. But again, it has that Y DNA. Amp up that apple, amp up a little bit of that juniper, add in a little bit of warmth and some amber wood as you get to the base. And then that's what you have with this fragrance. Very nice, very mass appealing, very heavy projector. Last 10 plus hours. Has an above average projection for the first 5 to 6. Great. Very, very great. When it comes to performance, I don't think the other two are going to even come close to this one. Performance is great. So now moving into the second one, and probably my least favorite line of the three lines that we're talking about here. I mean, obviously, you guys know, if you watch my channel, you know, I've never been a huge fan of the Sauvage line. I don't know if it's because I smell it everywhere or what it is, but I'm starting to crawl a little bit further into it, and I do not consider Sauvage Elixir part of the line. I just don't. It's Sauvage, and it's called Sauvage Elixir, but for some reason, it doesn't smell like any of the other ones. It's kind of just like a new line itself, but whatever. If that's in the line, then yes, I like the line. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about that YSL Y EDP versus Sauvage Eau de Parfum. So Sauvage Eau de Parfum, what is it? Well, the EDT in the line is probably the most popular of the line in the most sales, and what people would know when you say Sauvage, because it's that metallic ambroxan, it's that Szechuan pepper. It's a fresh and spicy metallic ambroxan mixed together with this, which has vanilla. Some people, I have heard that because these atomizers spray out a lot, that if you let the whole atomizer spray out, that it provides this harshness to the fragrance. I don't personally get that, but just an FYI, if you ever spray these and then for some reason you get like a harshness from the Eau de Parfum, then do a underspray, like a half spray, and then a half spray, and then a half spray, because apparently if you spray too much of this, it's just something happens and it gives people a harsh feeling to it. With that said, I of all of the three Sauvages, the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, and the Parfum, this is my favorite and to me the most versatile. It can be worn because of that vanilla in pretty much any situation. Blue fragrances are versatile pretty much any season, any time. But this one's even more so because, again, it has that vanilla that sticks out like a sore thumb, especially when you get to the dry down. So, again, you start out, you obviously have that Sauvage DNA when you first spray it on. With a little bit of an undertone of the vanilla, it's still going to be that metallic ambroxan pepper, fresh, spicy, clean, blue, aromatic, all of that good stuff. As you get further into the fragrance, you get a little bit more musk. You get a little bit less of that metallic ambroxan pepper vibe. As it sneaks into the background, you get more of that vanilla pulling up. And that's pretty much what it is. It's Sauvage with vanilla, closer to something like Coach Platinum. That's where a lot of people get that vibe, is Sauvage Eau de Parfum, Coach Platinum, all of that. Very, very, very nice. If you're looking for something that has a little bit of a sweet vibe to it, but doesn't go to the extent that this does as far as fruitiness is concerned, where it's like a heavy fruit. This one's more of your kind of creamy vanilla fruit mixed with a blue fragrance. Bleu De Chanel or Sauvage Eau de Parfum is going to be the one for you. For me, I would probably put that, I'll let you guys know that later. I'm going to score these at the end. That's how my versus battles are going to be. And my first versus battle is probably not going to go as smooth as I would like it, but anyway, with Sauvage Eau de Parfum, I forgot to mention, so again, with this one, you get 10 plus hours above average. Sauvage Eau de Parfum, you definitely get above average for the first 3 to 4 hours. It lasts on me about 6 to 7. It's not the best performer of the line, for sure. Parfum is definitely that one, but it definitely has the best projection. Not including Elixir. Again, that's just a nutcase. But this one is going to be about 3 to 4 hours of above average projection as it climbs to a personal bubble and never really turns into a skin scent until about hour 5 to 6. But that's Sauvage Eau de Parfum. It's a really nice scent. I do like it. I wear it every once in a while. Not probably my favorite from these three. Again, I'm trying to be unbiased, but technically it's my video, so what the fuck. So, Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. I love this stuff. So the original Bleu De Chanel is more of your fresh, your blue. It's what started the line. It's kind of like what you would get with YSL Y Eau de Toilette and this. It seems like all of them, all of these blue lines, even though they say they do their own thing, they all are a blue aromatic fragrance with some kind of twist. One's metallic ambroxan with pepper, one's incense and grapefruit. I understand that. But like this one, the Eau de Toilette was your base notes. This one just added a heavier apple, and then it got warmer in the dry down with that amberwood and tonka and stuff like that. Added some sweetness. Tonka is very similar to what? It's very similar to vanilla. Well, this one adds in vanilla. It's also ambery. as you get to the dry down. Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. So you have your Eau de Toilette, which is fresh, not warm, not really ambery at that much. I mean, it's more warm, or it's more citrus, it's more fresh. This one, the Eau de Parfum, it adds in that warmth. You get in that amber wood, you get in that incense that's a little bit heavier. I mean, it's a warmer, deeper, richer version of the original. Still has, what I always say is that Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum is the best of both worlds. If you want the ultimate versatility, the ultimate performance, as far as, so some fragrances have a crazy longevity, but not very good performance, aka the parfum. Some people disagree with me on that, whatever. Some fragrances have very good projection, but really bad longevity. And that is Bleu De Chanel Eau de Toilette. So with that said, you want to have one that's in the middle, that's ultimate performance. The Eau de Parfum is that. You get 8 to 10 hours, easy. With this fragrance, you're going to get above average performance, pretty much like all of these. You're not going to go wrong with any three of these fragrances. They're really hard ones. I mean, there's a reason they are the big three out there. But this one is going to start out with your grapefruit, your incense, your pink pepper. The incense isn't too heavy in the opening, and you have a little bit of a citrus medley underneath the grapefruit. But and if you're one of those people that always ask me, like, why people always say it's a grapefruit incense scent, but it doesn't smell like grapefruit. There's a different style of grapefruit. It's not like a candied grapefruit, or if you took a grapefruit out of a fridge and smelled it, it doesn't smell exactly like that. It's a grapefruit oil. And it's very well blended together with all of the aromatic notes, the warmer notes, the incense, all of that. It is in there. If you get a better nose and you get more into fragrances, you would know what I'm talking about. But anyway, as you get into the base of the fragrance, it gets a little bit warmer and richer, but not to the point where it's losing its versatility. It's just, again, it gets that ambery quality, a little bit more woods, a little bit more incense. It's more grown up. This is for ultimate versatility for any age range, 18 to 60. It is not only versatile for ages, but it's also versatile for, again, you could be in the snow or you could be in the high heat. It's totally fine. I find during the summer, though, this one more works closer to the evening. Depends on where you live, though. Where I live, you can still wear it during the day because I don't have that hot of days except for today. But I wouldn't wear this during 90-degree days. But Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum, very good fragrance, very good performance, everything all around. You're not going to be lacking in performance or anything like that with either of these fragrances. I would say the worst of the three is probably this, but still it's better than most fragrances that are out there. So as far as let's rank them. So I guess that you guys would probably already know, since I said Sauvage isn't necessarily my favorite line, and that this one gives me a headache, I'm going to rank them myself and then unbiased. So, number 3 for my rank is going to be Sauvage Eau de Parfum. I think that it smells great, and I think that it smells boring at this point in time because so many people have worn this DNA. But with that said, I still like to enjoy it myself because I've smelled more of the Eau de Toilette DNA, and still, even though it's boring, and been overused, that DNA, sometimes you just want to smell good. And this does smell good, and you're going to get compliments. But this is going to be the one probably for the younger crowd. Sauvage usually works better with high school, college, right out of college kids. Not my age. But still, it can, again, any of these can be worn. But that's my number 3. Number 2, just based on headache alone. But I still think that the smell is better than Sauvage Eau de Parfum. This is YSL Y Eau de Parfum. I think that this, just because of that ultimate versatility, this is the most versatile of any of these three. With that said, it is going to be very heavy apple. It's very heavy, and I heard other people say that as well. But girls love this. As far as compliment factors, there's almost no fragrances out there that can beat this fragrance at just straight up compliments from any age. I could be 38 years old and standing behind a and have somebody blindfold smell me, and they were like 20 years younger or 20 years older, and they would probably still say I smelled great. So that's why that's number 2. It's not number 1 because it gives me a headache, and because number 1 is obviously Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's just, I think that this is the #1 house out there, even though probably in sales, I would probably say Dior. I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say Dior Sauvage just because of the popularity of Sauvage. But as far as the smell alone, if you want to be that man in a business suit that just wants to smell flame, and not everybody smells like you, Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum is great. I know some people say that this is, in 2023, it's worn out. I don't care what you say. The Eau de Parfum and the Parfum are 100% very wearable. I like the smell of the Parfum a little bit better than the Eau de Parfum, but this is more wearable, so I like wearing this more in more situations. So that's my #1. As far as if this was any age range and we took 100 surveys of random people between the age range of 15 and 50, I would probably say that in blind testing, that Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum would probably come in third. No. I would probably still say this would come in third. I honestly don't know. I would say, yeah, this would come in third, this would come in second, and this would come in first. Again, the mass appeal and compliments on this alone, and I know because, again, I wear it, even though it gives me a headache. I wear it for my wife. I know that this gives you compliments. So as far as compliment factor alone, both men and women, I've been asked more times about what I'm wearing when I wear this. I probably worn this about 50 times and probably been asked by somebody 40 times what I've been wearing. So this is #1. As far as an unbiased review, this is going to be the #1 of the 3. That's my personal opinion. But go ahead, do your own take. Blindfold 10 people and ask them what those 3 smell like. I honestly don't know the answer. I'm guessing. But that's my guess. So anyway, let me know what your favorite of those 3 are. And I know we're kind of going back in time, but we're starting a new series here. Again, let me know if this is something that you'd like. And if you do have any versus battles you want me to do, if I have the fragrances. If not, I'll go out and buy them or get some decants at least and do the versus battles for you. So just write those in the comments below. Make sure to like so that we can put it on the algorithm. And again, my wife's purse just fell in the background. So thank you guys so much. Again, I'll be back with another video. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.